home of the garbage plate, a plate that's been served since 1918, over 100 years. I'm here at Nick Tahou's home of the garbage plate, where I got to interview the owner. He goes into more details about the garbage plate, and he goes into history. Let's take a look. Let's get it started. Talk about how the garbage plate was created.
Well, the original garbage plate was called Hots and Potatoes. It was 2 hot dogs, home fried potatoes, cold beans, and 2 pieces of Italian bread and butter. Hamburgers came around probably the mid 50s. Before that, it was only hot dogs. When they made the hamburgers originally, they made the hamburgers rectangular so they could use the same kind of roll. They didn't want to have hamburger rolls and hot dog rolls. So as time went on, we had a lot of different kinds of plates, but the ones that stuck are the hot dog plate and cheeseburger plate became the most desired one. I mean, 30% of the sales are cheeseburger plates. So we started doing a lot of college trade in the mid 80s, and college kids would come in and they'd never been here. They'd see somebody ordering a plate, didn't know what it was, so they would say, "Give me a plate with all that garbage on it." So after a little bit of time, they started to shorten it up and call it just "Give me a garbage plate." Well, my father didn't like that because it's food; it doesn't sound appealing. And you've got to admit, if you haven't heard what it is or been told that it is good, you may not come here just because of the name of it. So finally ended up trademarking it, or else we'd have lost the use of the trademark. So that's how it started, from some college kids that didn't know what they were ordering, but ordered a plate with all the garbage on it.
So Nick Tahou has been around for how many years?
About 108. We've been here since 1918.
So the building that's sitting here, can you talk about a little bit of the history of the building?
Sure, this was a train station built in 1881.
So when people say, does Nick Tahou's plan on relocating or expanding, what do you want to say to them about this building?
Well, right now the building's for sale. We're hoping somebody wants to buy it and maybe license them to sell the product. But really, it's a tough building because it's big and it needs a lot of work.
So we know that downtown has had a population decrease, and with what they say, a lot of high crime or crime. What do you want to say to people who may be afraid to come into the city, try to change their perspective a little bit on just the location?
Well, I live in Wayne County, and that's 50 miles from here. But I have no problems driving here every day, and I've never been concerned about driving here every day. Just like any city, town, there's good areas and there's bad areas. You just avoid the bad areas. The whole city is in a bad area. I mean, if you look at how many areas you might not want to go to the number of areas you want to go to, and the things that you're missing, you're probably missing a lot more things by not coming to the city than by staying home.
If somebody who has never been here or or fairly new to the garbage plate, what's the flavor like? What with all those foods mixed together, like how does it taste?
Well, that's another thing too. It's a garbage plate, but it's not built like trash. We put everything in its own place. You know, there's home most common plates are cheeseburger plate with home fries and macaroni salad. So the home fries are on the tray, on the plate. The macaroni salad's next to that. The meat gets put on top of the potatoes because the potatoes are already warm, and then the toppings get put on that. But it's not just thrown on. Some people think we just mix it all together and throw it on the plate. It's pretty well organized.
So is there like a number one garbage plate? What's the best one to get?
In my opinion, and probably everybody else's opinion, is the cheeseburger plate. It's probably about 33% of our total sales, and usually the way it's ordered is with the macaroni salad and the home fries. But any plate can be made by selecting the type of protein that you want, and then choose your sides from the home fries, macaroni salad, cold beans that have been here since the 1918, and French fries. The original plate was hot dogs, cold beans, and potatoes. It's still available, but you can custom make it. Some people like a hot dog and a hamburger. Some people want just one piece of meat. So you can come in here and make it whatever way you want it to be.
What What is the operation hours of Nick Tahou's?
We are open from 11 to 7 every day except Sunday and Monday.
What do you want to tell people who, maybe say we want Nick Tahou's to expand? Do we see something in the future possibly expanding? Do we see a decrease in operation? Because there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and people, we see some things about Nick Tahou's. So just let the people know what's the plans for Nick Tahou's.
Well, I'd like to retire. I'm 73 years old, and if we retire, my daughters both have careers of their own, so we would probably try to license somebody to sell our product.
So Nick Tahou's plans to stay around for much more longer.
So the name Nick Tahou's in plates, we're hoping it'll be here for eternity.
Is there anything you want to say to the community, people who live in Rochester, outside of Rochester, people come across the country just to visit here? You want to say something to your fan base and the people who come to Nick Tahou's or haven't came here yet? Any special words to them?
I would say don't be afraid to come downtown. Again, as I said before, there's some areas that you may want to avoid, but research that out and find out where you want to go. There's so many places and things to see that you miss out on by not coming here. And sometimes things might be right around the corner from where you do go. So don't be afraid. Come downtown, enjoy the city that's been here longer than all of us.
Anything else?
No, that's about it.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.